But the Niger Delta area is such that we pray that a soldier should not have an accident, even if it's a safe accident, in front of your house. Because soldiers will come and raid the place. We've experienced that. And so soldiers have been misused by so-called big men in the Niger Delta to oppress people. And I dare say that the military has nothing whatsoever to do with boundary issues. Because Nigerians were asking, how come 17 well-armed soldiers were brought down and none of their sailors was got? Why destroy Okuama? When the chief of defense staff, I keep saying it, Chris Musa is a 4-star general, and he's an officer, and he's a gentleman, had made a pronouncement that the killing of his men has something to do with bunkering. I'm quoting him. Had something to do with bunkering. No governor in Nigeria is a chief security officer. De facto, none. I'll give you an example. When Fulani herdsmen were terrorizing Benue State in the time of autumn, the House of Assembly came out with a law, duly assented to by the governor, prohibiting open grazing in Benue State. An ill-trained police commissioner in the state had the audacity to make the statement before the press that he will not implement the law. You dared. Soldiers went to Okuama and shot men, women, the old men, women, and children.
Unarmed.
Even Hamas does not do that. The Houthis don't do that. Hezbollah people don't do that.
Welcome to 10 Angles, your insightful program where we say the news meets conversation for the common good. March 2024, 17 soldiers lost their life in a tragedy on the bank of River Focados in a community called Okuama in Ugele South local government area of Delta State. Since that ugly incident, Okuama and her people have known no peace. Professor Arthur Ekpekpo, the Professor of Physics and President General of Ewu Kingdom, among other Okuama and Ewu leaders, are currently in military dungeon over the same crisis. To interrogate the tragedy of Okuama, we have with us Professor Patrick Muoboghare. Muoboghare is a professor of human kinetics, a 3-time commissioner under 2 successive governors in Delta State. A tenacious social crusader, Professor Muoboghare is one of the leading voices that have been agitating for a just and amicable resolution of the tragedy of Okuama. Prof, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes. I appreciate you inviting me here.
Yes. We have with us on the program my colleague, Linus Shima, to help in this conversation with Prof. And as always, we always advise that you help to keep your own conversation with us by sending in your views and opinion on the program by taking advantage or getting to us through our various social media handles at TenAnglestv. Prof.
Yes.
You are welcome again.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okuama is a tragedy, as it is, of mutual pains for the military and the families of the slave soldiers in Okuama, and for the community dwellers whose homes were razed and they lost some casualty in the process after that incident. Maybe we should start by you giving us a synopsis of the incidents leading to the present on this tragedy of Okuama.
Well, thank you very much. I would say what happened in Okuama March 2024, to me, is still a mystery. A mystery in the sense that nobody can definitely say this was what happened. What is sure is that 17 soldiers died. And among them, 4 were officers, a lieutenant colonel, a major, a captain, a lieutenant, something like that, right? and then other ranks died, they say, in the waterfront of Okuama. I don't say people died in Okuama. They died in the waterfront of Okuama. Okuama shares a boundary with Okoloba, right? And before this incident, one character in Okoloba, not Okoloba community, one character in Okoloba has had a land dispute with perhaps a family in Okuama. And that character in Okoloba, known to the military, known to the police, known to government, has very close relationships with the military officers who are posted to that area and to an oil security guru, right? And so there's something that happens in the Niger Delta which should never happen. Once somebody is owing you money, and you know a soldier who is posted to the Niger Delta, you go, it gives you 2 truckloads of soldiers to go and retrieve your debt. It should not be so. And so soldiers have been misused by so-called big men in the Niger Delta to oppress people. That was, I understand, that was not the first visit to Okuama on account of this boundary issue. And I dare say that the military has nothing whatsoever to do with boundary issues, to do with settlement of debts, to do with marking where a building should be, or whatever. The soldiers have nothing to do with that. They are there for security purpose, security of all, not security of friends. They are not personal bodyguards of anybody. They are not personal bodyguards of anybody. And that's the role they have been playing, right? And something happened that day, unfortunately. We lost 17 of our soldiers, four well-trained officers from the Nigerian Defense Academy. It hurts. For you to be a lieutenant colonel, you would have spent about 12 years after passing out of the NDA. The major would have spent a minimum of 9 years. A captain, minimum of 6 years, to have come to that rank. And then the Nigerian government has spent money on continuous training and retraining of these officers. So we don't waste them. So nobody is happy that soldiers died anywhere. But the Niger Delta area is such that we pray that a soldier should not have an accident, even if it's a safe accident, in front of your house. Because soldiers will come and raid the place. We've experienced that in Okuama. Soldiers will come and raid the place. Why did a soldier die in front of your house? And you had nothing to do with that death. You are not the owner of the car. You didn't drive the car. You locked yourself up in your own house. You are not even woken up at the time the accident occurred. I'm going this length to tell you what happens in our area. And I know that the military high command knows about these things. They cannot pretend not to know. And so they came on a peace mission. Peace in quote. I'm not the one saying it. The military authorities said it, that they came on a peace mission. And we asked, peace between who and who did you come for? Is it between Okoloba community and Okuama community, or between that land grabber and the family in Okuama? Certainly that will not be correct, because it's not the responsibility of the military to do that. Right? There was Okuama is in Ughelisa local government area. There's a local government chairman there. Okoloba is in Bomadi local government. There's a local government chairman there. There's a DPO in Bomadi. There's a DPO in the headquarters of Ughelisa. There's a traditional ruler in Ebu. Please, let me try and make an explanation when I use Ebu and Okuama. Ebu is the kingdom. Okuama is just a part, we call it a village. It's a village in Ebu kingdom. So there's a traditional ruler in Ebu who should have been approached, and there should be a traditional ruler in Okoloba too who should have been approached if there is need for any peace talks. None of them was involved.
Even the local government.
None of them was involved in this so-called peace move by the military. And why did the word peace come in? Because Nigerians were asking, how come 17 well-armed soldiers were brought down and none of their assailants was got? To me, it's an insult to the Nigerian military. It's an insult to the Nigerian people. that within Nigeria, 70 soldiers would just be killed like that. That was where the explanation came from the military, not from me. That it was a peace mission, so they were not armed. I noted that. Thank you for your peace mission, peace with yourselves. Then Okuama was destroyed
in
retaliation for the mysterious death of these 70 soldiers, because no court has come out with whom the culprits are till today. For the mysterious death of these soldiers, Okuama was destroyed, first destruction. And we asked, why destroy Okuama when the chief of defense staff, I keep saying it, Chris Musa is a 4-star general, and he's an officer, and he's a gentleman, had made a pronouncement that the killing of his men has something to do with bunkering. I'm quoting him. Had something to do with bunkering. And that Amagbe was the culprit without trial. I don't like such anyway. That you just mentioned somebody without investigation on the spur of the moment. Amagbe was the culprit.
Who is Amagbe?
Amagbe, fine. Wait, Amagbe is paternally Owakwa, maternally Bomoturu in Bayelsa. In anger, soldiers left and went to Bomoturu to destroy. We are still wondering, what is it that the ordinary Nigerian does not understand? Killing in Okuama waterfront, so they say, right, on a peace mission over a boundary dispute between an individual and perhaps from Okoloba and a family in Okuama. People were killed. Soldiers were killed. None of the assailants was brought down. It's difficult for 20 men to bring down one Nigerian soldier in normal circumstances.
Without the soldiers?
Yes, it's difficult for 20. I know my soldiers. I'm not Nigerian soldiers. Very difficult for 20 men to just ambush one Nigerian soldier and bring him down. No, talk of 17 men brought down without one of the assailants being brought. Again, still mysterious. You destroyed Bomoturu. They came back to destroy Okuama that has no history of bunkering. Magbe is not from Okuama in any way. So even if it's retaliation against a Magbe who said was the mastermind of the killing, why Okuama, after going to deal with Bomoturu, his mother's area, people were just going to their farms and they were shot down in Bomoturu. They had not even heard that there was anything happening in Okuama area. Right? So you not destroyed Okuama the first time. Then you went a second time to re-destroy what you had destroyed that had not been rebuilt. And Nigerians asked, why would you do that? So we went back to look for our arms. Abba, soldier. It's very unusual. First, you went there unarmed because it was a peace mission. We didn't say it, though. They said it. You went there unarmed because it was a peace mission. Then you went there to destroy because you felt you were attacked when you went for a peace mission. Then you went there a second time that you were looking for your arms. How could you have said you were looking for your arms when you had said you went there unarmed? So that you see why the mystery is spreading. 70 soldiers killed. Very unusual. Where were they killed? Were they in front? Were they killed inside the Okuama? Are they disembarked from their boats or in the waterway? What was their means of transportation? Was it a gunboat or an ordinary one?
So that leaves so many questions.
So many, that's why this mystery.
Yes. All right.
Yes. So why all these posers are there?
Yes.
To strengthen the conversation surrounding Okuama.
Yes.
The issue you raise also comes in. The Amagbe that you said,
yes.
The CDS also said at the time that they were very soon they were going to close in on it
yes.
and hold it.
Yes.
To date, we have not heard anything about the apprehension of that man. Then the soldiers, the military are still fixated on Okuama. There seem to be, after the first and second visit, there seem to be endless visits, endless siege on Okuama.
Yes.
So, why is it so that there is a fixation on Okuama and the Amagbe, there is no narrative about him anymore?
Yes.
It is so conversation.
Yes. Again, that's extension of the mystery.
Yes.
Right? First, Amagbe has fizzled out. No soldier, no military officer is talking about Amagbe anymore. Right? And who is Amagbe? Amagbe is a counterforce to oil surveillance gurus. In the Niger Delta area, particularly the oil-bearing areas, everybody is a general. General this,
Yes,
general that, general that, general this, brigadier this. Some even call themselves four-star generals, no problem. He had been at loggerheads, right, with the oil surveillance guru. It's on this side or that. And you cannot be in charge of oil surveillance in the Niger Delta without being a very close friend of top military officers. You get
They do things together.
Oh yeah, they do runs. My boys call them runs. They do things together. Maybe they could be normal runs. So there should be no stealing. When I say runs, I'm not saying they are doing deals, right? Okay, however you interpret it, they are very close. And part of the mystery again, I will continue emphasizing mystery, is that why do soldiers lobby to be posted to the Niger Delta?
For the security of the nation's oil
Why
wells.
do they lobby to be posted to Zamfara and to Borno?
There are soldiers there also now.
And to Sokoto. I'm talking of lobbying, not posting. Why do they lobby? You know there's lobbying, right? Okay, I know this person. I want to be posted to this. I want to be posted to... Even policemen. There are some policemen you post to River State. When you say they are promoted, come and go for training. Okay, I'm retiring. Because they know that they are going back to poverty. There is something mysterious in the Niger Delta that attracts posting of soldiers and policemen to that area.
Would you think that it is the oil wealth in the
The
area?
oil wealth, surveillance, bunkering. You know, when the chief of defense said this thing is bunkering related, bunkering is a matter of life and death too. You do your own, I do my own. Make I not do my own, you could die put. You understand? So if I'm a bunkerer, you are a bunkerer. You are recognized now as
The chief bunker.
the chief preventer of bunkering. I'm not recognized as such. I know when you are the chief preventer of bunkering, it's not like you've reduced bunkering to zero, illegal bunkering to zero. It's like you reduce it, right?
Yes.
To a large extent. The small ones now that is part of the 10% or 15% that has not been reduced. What happens to it? You know, you appease the gods. The gods must be appeased in the Niger Delta. Whom the gods are, nobody knows. Right? Gods must be appeased. So it's so mysterious that, like you said, my brother, where is Amagbe? Nobody talks about Amagbe anymore. It's like when that thing slipped out, slip of tongue. It's not everything a hunter sees in the forest at midnight that he reports when he comes back home in the daytime. It's like the chief of defense staff made a mistake to have released this secret that this thing is oil related. This thing is Amagbe. So for now, they no more talk about oil related killing, bunkering related killing of soldiers. So Amagbe being responsible is that the people, the larger Igbo people, now not just Okuama, are the ones responsible. So let us arrest members of the executive. You think in Nigeria, in the Niger Delta, where everybody is scared of soldiers and where everybody is suspicious of the other, the executive of EU sat down and said, okay, we'll kill soldiers, right? The Lieutenant Colonel will come with his group. Do they even have such intelligence network to know when they will come, to the extent that they will kill all 17 of them, ambush them? They don't have such technology. They are ambushed, as it were. But where were they ambushed? Is it possible that there is a counter force to these people who are presumed to probably be protecting a group of bunkerers and terrorizing us when we too should be participating? See, when you are investigating a matter, it's not, they say not you first go court the win case. It takes time. You ask questions.
That means you have spoken with the people of...
Yes, you ask questions. What is happening? You pick people one by one and interrogate. But there is burning anger in the military against these people, against our people. That's why you could afford to abduct members of the ESCO. In August, this is 12 months. Even if they plotted a coup, Coup plotters are not detained for so long before they face trial.
So we may want to ask, what's responsible for that selective anger, that burning anger against Okuama people? Why there is silence on Amagbe?
Musician said, if you ask me now, who I go ask? But let's attempt something. Why that anger? Is it that, again, I'll go back to bunkery related. Are these people getting deep into our bunkering secrets? And look at the pattern of the killings of the 17. 4 or so are Southerners, 13 are Northerners. And you know, when a Northerner is touched, the reaction is massive. You remember the thing in Uromi, where hunters with guns were apprehended and they were dead with Uromi. Uromi has been devastated till today. Even before that event, they couldn't go to their farms anymore. And then they saw these characters. They not reacted with one voice. I mean with one voice. The poor governor of Edo State ran to his fellow governor, second-class governor, ran to his first-class governor. Without the matter being investigated, how the person died, who gave them the arms, and what they were doing in Rivers State, whatever they had committed in Rivers State. Our second-class governor from the Midwest region ran to his first-class governor.
All governors are first-class governors.
You understand?
All governors are first-class governors.
Yeah, no, this one, if you were a first-class governor, you will not run to another governor. You will run to the commander-in-chief. There is only one commander-in-chief in this country, and that is the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All governors are equal, but you can make yourself unequal to the other governors. You can make yourself, and some of them down south have made themselves unequal. You ran down there. So that's the situation on ground. Now, for this person to have been held captive since August 2024 means there is something sinister about it. Let's assume they were murdered, and these five or six persons were suspects. The word suspect is used because it has not been established that they are murderers. They must be charged to court. You cannot hold them for 1 year. You don't hold coup plotters for 1 year before trying them. And the murder of a soldier is not different from the murder of a teacher. It's not different from the murder of a policeman. It's not different from the murder of a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer. In this same region, policemen had been murdered. That same period that soldiers were killed and they were being nationally mourned and all that, there were policemen who were slaughtered. Nobody heard about it.
You're talking about OD.
No, OD, again, that's some kind of indiscipline, but we'll come to OD. Let's all face this one a little. There is what we call fire discipline in the military. It entails that a soldier does not fire at an unarmed person. And during war, when a soldier surrenders, a soldier who has been shooting at you, when he surrenders, you don't fire at him. We were told this during the Civil War. Yes. One of the GOCs got his own soldier shot for shooting at a Biafran soldier who had surrendered. It's not done. Soldiers went to Okuama and shot men, women, old men, women, and children.
Unarmed.
Even Hamas does not do that. The Houthis don't do that. Hezbollah people don't do that. People blame Israel. Oh, they went to Gaza and did this and that. The Israeli military will keep announcing, evacuate, knowing that the militants will not evacuate. Civilians evacuate. Much as people blame Israel. Civilians evacuate.
So, Prof, we understand how edgy you are over this Okuama issue. But let's keep it straight on the predicament of Professor Ekpekpo.
No, we are coming there.
Ekpekpo
and co. Professor Ekpekpo, for your information, is the President General of the Wu community.
He's your friend.
My colleague.
A colleague.
At the Delta State University, Abraka.
What will you say of his character?
Harmless. Harmless. When we heard that he was picked up, we said, oh, being President General has put our friend in trouble. Being President General is his crime. being President General of the Igbo Kingdom is the crime of Professor Arthur Ekpekpo. But I'm even saying, let us assume that Arthur Ekpekpo committed murder or is suspected of committing murder. Bring him out for trial. The military detention camp is not a court of law. And no person or lower than the rank of the president of Nigeria can play the role of commander-in-chief. Not even the chief of defense staff.
That means the president himself is not even
good
listening to all this
beginning to suspect that what the military is doing is to give the president of Nigeria a bad name. Because the world must be laughing at him. You mean you picked community leaders and kept them in your guard room for 12 months. One old man has died, tortured to death, no matter what they say, tortured to death. Others are there, others will soon die. One has lost his own child. One or two of them understand that they have lost their children. What kind of wickedness is that? In what country is that done? Yes, if that happens in Iran, Iraq, it's understandable. Sudan,
Israel.
No, not Israel. Israel, they're my friends. Sudan and all those ones. But not in the civilized world, unless we are giving ourselves a tag that we are uncivilized. And we should not. We should not emulate those militaries. We should emulate the American military. 2 American soldiers were shot when they were jogging. But trust the Americans. The police took over the matter, and within a short period, the culprits were apprehended and tried. They did not start military work. And I'm so disappointed at the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not 1 minute silence was observed for the men, women, and children that were slaughtered in Okuama. Not a statement was made about Okuama that was destroyed not by foreign force, but in Nigerian force. A Nigerian force that has a commander-in-chief in the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, but yet another mystery.
Yes.
What about the very sluggish court process on the cases that are in the court?
Yes.
What is hampering speedy trial of these persons, including, just like you said, ensuring that they are granted bail, which is their right under the circumstance?
Yes. Who are you even going to say should give them the bail now? These people are not with the police. Nobody can pinpoint where they are. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, they are kidnapped. Because the persons who took them are not authorized to keep them. The military is not authorized to keep these persons. But you report to the police that we suspect that these are the persons who murdered or conspired to murder our members.
Which is why the judiciary should be forthcoming in giving clear pronouncements.
Yeah, it takes time. If you've gone to court before,
yes.
If you've gone to court before, you will pity litigants. Something happens at jail. Nnamdi Kanu has been in court since how long? So we're a bit encouraged, right? If Nnamdi Kanu has been there for so long, maybe our turn will also come. But it is bush, highly uncivilized and wicked to have kept them up to this moment. I'm ashamed. And I wonder too, maybe some of these officers who are orchestrating this thing will one day go to NDA to be commandant of NDA. What do you teach cadets in NDA? That if there is a riot, or if there is a crisis, if there is murder, if there is rape, you can go and pick the people and keep them in your barracks. The law is clear. If a female soldier is raped, it's not the military that will investigate it. It's the police. And that rapist will be brought to order. Will be brought to book. Not the soldier investigating it.
As a journalist, yes. I once investigated the case of rape in the military, in the Air Force. Yes. And that again presented its own challenges, yes. Internal challenges, yes. Trying to stop the investigative process. Even if the rape occurred in the barracks, one male soldier to another female soldier, or a female soldier raped a male soldier, right? It's a police matter. Rape is rape. Whether it's between lawyer and lawyer, between lawyer and soldier, between soldier and doctor, between doctor and engineer, rape is rape. Arson is arson. Kidnapping is kidnapping. Assassination is assassination. Those are state crimes that are tried in state high courts, not federal high courts even. Where will the soldiers take those people to?
which court would they take them to? A military tribunal? They can't do that. These are not soldiers. So this is criminality of the highest order. And institutional criminality. It should not be encouraged at all by the commander-in-chief.
Yes. Now you have mentioned the commander-in-chief. The president, Nigeria's president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
He has no deputy. For that office, there is no deputy.
This has happened under his purview.
Yes.
Are they hiding some information from him? Could it be that they have not fed him the right information as you have tried to bring out to us? Because he ought to have called for this, for the file or whatever.
Okay.
Proper briefing about this incident. And then understand it and ask the people to do the needful.
I will not believe that he has not got the correct information because whatever information you get as an individual, as a journalist, the president gets more than 10,000 of that. Constantly briefed by security.
That means there's something he knows that you do not know.
Either he's intimidated, and I'll be very disappointed at that.
By who?
I'll be very disappointed if he's intimidated as the commander-in-chief, or he believes in the narrative, whatever he's told.
Yes, let's take the second part.
Whatever it is. So let's assume they told him a lie, that Professor Arthur Ekpekpo was the one who opened fire on the soldiers. Let's take it that was what he was told. And that would have been very bad of Professor Arthur Ekpekpo. And also, having been told that, who should try Professor Arthur Ekpekpo? Who should investigate Professor Arthur Ekpekpo?
They are still in the process of investigating before they hand over to the police.
No, sir. They don't have such powers. They don't have such. The law does not permit that. If Professor Arthur Ekpekpo shoots a lawyer, is it Nigerian Bar Association that will try him? If he's used at a doctor, is it the Nigerian Medical Association or whatever that will try him? What if he shoots at a lecturer? All the lecturers will just go and just go and grab him and say,
we go on strike.
Go on strike because something like that happened.
Okay, Prof. So why parties deal with the misery of the sluggish court process and the impunity seemingly of the military?
I take the impunity.
Let us look at the suffering in Okuama right now.
Okay.
Prior to the movement from IDP camps to their
ancestral home,
in their home. Government, the state government now, working in partnership with the Uwele South local government, initiated some program. They were supposed to be quick win projects that should start the process of resettlement. We are talking about a health center. There's a project for primary and secondary school. There's a project for a community hall.
Thank you.
That was since January when people moved from IDP to
Thank you.
Now, as we speak now, none of those projects have been completed.
Okay.
I want to get your response. How responsive has the government been to the plight of Okuama?
Yeah, governor, that's the government headed by a governor who is supposedly the chief security officer of the state.
And I will extend that to even other tiers of government, federal government.
Yes, I'm coming. Town hall, school, hospital, and blah, blah, blah. Why are you building a town hall, a school, hospital, for people who have nowhere to live? So where do the children come from to attend the school? Where do the people come from to attend the hospitals? Where do they come from to have community meetings? They are not there because there is no building there. The place was reduced to rubble. So the first thing you do is, these people are managing somewhere, let us rebuild their homes. How do you build a school there? Do the people come from Melkwagwe?
So are you saying that?
Excuse me, that's not where to start from. That's not where to start from.
In making that announcement, it was not well thought out.
I'm saying, that's what we are saying, but I'm saying that the town hall is not a priority. The school right now is not a priority. The hospital right now is not a priority. Unless we are taking them pari passu with rebuilding the community. My mother has no house to stay in Okuama.
Is your mother from Okuama?
No. It's a metaphor. Yes. My mother has no house to stay in Okuama. Yes. So my mother is living in Okwagbe with her cousins. Or some of them living in Okoloba to tell you that it's not a fight between Okoloba and Okuama. Of course, many of them live in Okoloba. Yes. So why are you building a school for me? Yes. Why not get my house for me first and move in with my children who are scattered? The children are scattered right now. One uncle has taken one auntie has taken one sister has taken one child living in Lagos has taken
rightly so, the rest who are resident there, they are camped in the single church building that was left standing.
So is that church building now? I'm surprised that they didn't even bring down the church. They tried. Because the Bishop Agoriwe is from there. I'm sure that's why they left this church. Right? Now, okay, they are living there in the church with man, wives, children, and all that. Is school. Is this school you are going to build first? Is it the town hall you are going to build? Is it the hospital? Where am I living? Where am I going to live with my children? That's very cool. Before I start thinking of buying books that will take the children to school. But we mentioned Chief Security Officer of a state. You know, when this thing was on, when the siege on Okuama was on, the governor of Delta State was prevented from visiting Okuama by the military. In fact, that is criminal. The governor is the owner of the territory. He holds that territory in trust for the people of Delta State. All the land is in Delta State. He's held in trust for the people by the governor of Delta State. He is the chief security officer of this state, for God's sake. But not just Governor Sheriff. No governor in Nigeria is a chief security officer. De facto, no. I'll give you an example. When Fulani herdsmen were terrorizing Benue State in the time of autumn, the House of Assembly came out with a law, duly assented to by the governor, prohibiting open grazing in Benue State. An ill-trained police commissioner in the state had the audacity to make the statement before the press that he will not implement the law. You dared that you will not implement the law. Duly passed by the State House of Assembly and assented to by the chief security officer of the state, the governor. I had known before then that no governor was a chief security officer. God, police commissioner doesn't report to him. Director SSS doesn't report to him. Brigade commander does not report to him. If there is a GOC in that area, does not report to him. So the only group that can report to him may be Boy Scouts and Vigilante. Those are the ones he can control. Certainly, not any of these persons, and there's no state police. So the governor is just there. The governor of a state can be picked up by a brigade commander. That's why I was wondering, did the brigade commander tell Governor Sheriff Oborewori that his men were going to Okuama to destroy it? Did they tell him that his men were going to Okuama for peace talks? Peace talks with who? So first of all, this constitutional provision of a governor being chief security officer of a state is a nullity.
But Governor Duan was able to visit Baramatu.
Baramatu.
Yes.
He was not prevented by the military. If the military has said you are not going, you will not go. And again, there was a commander-in-chief in the person of President Goodluck Jonathan, right?
Yes.
And he was interested in the Baramatu matter.
So why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu not interested in the Okuama matter? That's where we should be going.
So when I started by saying that the whole thing is a mystery, you people didn't believe me. It's a big mystery. Commander-in-chief is not aware, or is aware, doesn't want to do anything about his citizens being in a military guard room for 12 months without trial, detained by a body, an institution, not the power to detain them, not being soldiers. So certainly they are not under the authority of the military in any way. It's a mystery that the president is not aware of that. He is not doing anything about it. It's a mystery that people who have no knowledge of boundary, the soldiers are not from the Federal Boundary Commission. Boundary Commission, they are not. You went to settle boundary dispute, they got missing. And then you say the people who we are told
didn't get missing, Prof.
No, when
they were killed, they died.
Wait, when they say they went missing, they are dead. Right? Fine. Right? Now the people you were going to settle peace matter with, we are not aware you were coming. Very mysterious.
They were aware because they knew there was a meeting, a previous meeting. There was, from what I gathered.
Yes. But the official report we got, sir. The official report we got was that they went for a peace meeting. There is even argument, if we must put this further. Whose boat did they use for that mission? Who provided the boat? Was it the military gunboat? Did the Navy provide a gunboat for them?
There's somewhere you are driving to, Prof.
No, there's somewhere I'm driving to. Who provided the transportation for them?
As we push towards the wrap on this roundtable on the conversation, we'll take a break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Welcome back to 10 Angle. The conversation is still around the tragedy of Okuama, and we still have with us Professor Muoboghare. As always, we said the conversation doesn't end without your input. Keep sending in your feedback through our various social media handles at TenAnglestv. You contact us for adverts and booking on the numbers you find on our screen. Prof, you are welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, against the miseries you have raised, if we start interrogating them, we may not really find all the answers.
They remain mystery.
Yes, but let's keep track on the suffering within Okuama, especially of the plight of Ekpekpo and co. How do we get out of that position? How long are they going to stay? Are they just going to stay there endlessly?
We are a law-abiding people. One thing you cannot take away from the robo-man is his love for the court process. That's why they say even the educated robo-man is a lawyer. He believes in it. That is, I go take you to court, I go jail you. He believes in it, that only the court can settle this matter between me and you, no other person. Mm-hmm. We believe in that process, and it is on. We won't rush it. We won't rush it. Let the court take its time. But the advocacy must continue. CD Musa, why are you doing this to us? You are from Zanko, Qatar. And one of our heroes in Nigeria today is General Zamani Lekwat, who stood in defense of his people. He was to lose his life for that. I think he was sentenced to death. But something happened and it was overturned or whatever. You are from Zanko, Qatar. You know what the people suffer due to lies, that he did this and did this. So he should be a lover of due process, not a lover of undue process, not a lover of power. Babangida had power then to deal with Zamani Lekwad. Nigerians rose in one voice, not the Zamani Lekwad that we know. I mean, I was a young man then when it happened. And today, people refer to Zamani Lekwad.
So you have preempted me. I was going to ask that you should, if you have one word or two to speak to the key actors, the military, government, yes, and Okuama people, yes, what will it be? You have spoken.
No, now that you give me the chance, I will say it.
You have spoken to the military.
Yes, through the through the chief. I'm saying that the chief of defense staff should note that he's not the deputy commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria. There is one commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria, and that is the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he has no deputy in that function. The president has no deputy in the performance of that role.
Not even the vice president.
No, he's the commander-in-chief, no deputy. And then two, the government of Delta State should try and ease there's an unseen security cordon in that area. You don't just go there freely. There's a lot of questioning and all that. So even those of us who want to mobilize people to help, we can do that. Individuals can do that. We can mobilize people to start going to Okuama to donate 10 bags of cement, 2 rods or whatever. And then we can start rebuilding Okuama. But we are not free to go there. We are not free to go there. And so we should do everything that is within our powers to ensure that Okuama is rebuilt. And when I say Okuama is rebuilt, it's not government coming to build hospitals and all that. No, that's part of the general rebuilding. But the most important one is accommodation. Shelter is a basic need of man. The people who have no shelter, they are scattered all over Delta Central. They are scattered, like the Jews. The Okuama people are right now scattered like the Jews. And then the leadership of the community is taken away. So, Arthur Ekpekpo, who is President General of the community, is not there to rally his people to reconstruct their houses. You've driven us away. Our leader, who we should look up to, Professor, what do we do? They loved him. That was why they voted him as their President General. Now you've heard him away. The people have no leader right now as we speak. And unless the military says enter, nobody can enter. But there's a question I want the Commander-in-Chief and my governor, the Constitutional Chief Security Officer of Delta State, to ask. Brigade Commander Asaba, on what basis did you send soldiers to Okuama? Deltas don't know.
They said for the peace mission.
No, was that what a brigade commander sent? A lieutenant colonel should be commanding a battalion, a major should be commanding a company to Okuama to do? We want to know. The Nigerian army does not belong to the army. The Nigerian army belongs to us. It's our army. It's the Nigerian army, not the army's army. So you must tell us. You can't do this in the US. They just went to a community and how? From commander joint chiefs down would go. They would go. Because it means you can start shooting people on the streets. And see, you look at the Niger Delta region very well. We do not have a record of killing soldiers. We do not have it.
Says who?
I say so. All the noise people make, Port Harcourt and all that, we not go agree as Sawana. We know that Sawana reach where soldiers they. We respect them. Rather, we want to befriend them.
But so if you are putting it this way, Prof,
yes.
Did the soldiers kill themselves?
That is it. See, when a crime occurs, and you say, this person who did it, you are giving these other people who committed the crime opportunity to run away. It's like saying, there was killing in Ugemi. It was done by cultists. Oh, you've allowed the real killers to escape. You are now concentrating on cultists. A court does not have a gun. It's a human being, John or Patrick Muoboghare, that has a gun. I'm the one you should be investigating, not court. Not the court that I belong to, if I belong to any. I've never belonged to any anyway. So you don't do that. The moment you said, this is it, the real killers are away. There are enemies in the waterways. There are bunkering enemies. And I say it with authority. There are bunkering enemies. They are not from outside.
That is being curtailed now.
Good, it's being curtailed. What you are containing is oil theft. What of the competition? What of the competition? What the Niger Delta people do? That's what I'm going back to. That we don't kill soldiers. They don't kill soldiers. Is soldier, you don't come. Even the criminals who are into bunkering. I beg, look that side though. Make my consignment pass.
Prof, you don't do bunkering before.
You forget I'm a teacher.
Anyway, let us.
Yes,
let us still come back to these
Yes.
Okuama people. You say that there's like an invisible siege on the community. Could it be that members of the community, as you also posited, are afraid to come back to their community because their President General is still in incarceration? That could be a major factor.
No, they are not afraid to come back. They have nowhere to come back to. So if the President General were around, he would have mobilized all of us. That Arthur Ekpekpo you are saying, once he knows you as a friend and you are in government, the first thing he does is to attract you to Okuama. Come see how my people. He dragged me there as commissioner for basic and secondary education. See what my people are going through in this school. This school now is the school that is our source of information. No, we are not as sophisticated. That is what I know Arthur Ekpekpo for. Once he knows you, that you know somebody in power, please come and visit my community. So in case you are discussing, remember Okuama. So they love him.
So he was just all for the
all for his
development
community. So what I'm saying now is that if he was around, wherever the Okuama people are, they will say, President, how far? President, how far? He will say, cool down, no. I've discussed with the governor. I'm going to see the local government chairman. They are bringing 30 bags of cement. We are molding blocks. Those who are most impacted, we have started their structures. By now, we would have gone high with structures. Who am I going to talk to? I, Patrick Muoboghare, I have the capacity to mobilize friends, to bring cement for us, to bring sharp sand, to bring granite, to bring rods. For us, I've done it before in my community, for us to start rebuilding Okuama. But who is there now to coordinate me and my people? The President General is held away. You see, it's not there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That may just be what is stalling the rebuilding.
Of course, that's a huge factor. It is a huge factor. It's like you've killed the people, you are still killing the dead body. You are killing the dead body.
So a
fucking the dead body.
message needs to go to the president.
The
A message
commander
needs
in
to
chief.
a message needs to go to the governor of Delta State because election is fast approaching,
Yes.
and they need the votes of these persons
Yes, with my
to be
knowledge,
able
sir.
to
With
at
my
least
knowledge,
win
sir.
the election.
Yeah, with my knowledge, sir, less for the governor than the president. The governor has very, very little to do in this matter. It is beyond him. It's federal, it's military power. I just told you some minutes ago that the brigade commander can pick up a governor. I'm not talking of my governor, Sheriff Obrewori. Any governor can just go and pick him up.
As in the event of a coup.
No, not the event of a coup. The way when they picked his citizens, was there anything he could do? You think Governor Sheriff will allow his citizens to be kept away for 12 months? For God's sake, he was Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, a lawmaking body for the state. So he knows this thing very well.
He was at Aso Rock.
Good.
He met with the
That's
president.
what I'm saying.
So-
that's why I said these things are beyond him. That's why I'm going to they are looking for the eye now. Go to the head of the fish. The head of this fish is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ask your armed forces to release our people to us and follow due process.
So, Prof, one question leads to more
And
posers.
yes.
At the delivery of your advice to the key actors, the community, government, and the military, that will be the size of the conversation for today.
Yes.
But let me just say that while introducing you, I failed to mention that you are a huge farmer at the moment. So I want to just ask you, what is the harvest for the farm?
Right now,
Whether I go pilot follow you.
I have plenty of gari in the farm now. There is fish in the farm. And there's some cocoa in the farm. Then I process food.
So you are
I'm into processing, into food processing. Yeah, sure, certainly. Not advertising, but you've given me the opportunity, so let me advertise what I do. I'm not because I have bean flour, yam flour, plantain flour, sweet potato flour, akamu in flour form, cassava in flour form, rice in flour form.
If you go into processing so much, I don't need to tell you, I don't need to ask you that business is booming.
It was boom. I'm not complaining. I'm a retired university teacher, right? So I have all the time to spend in my farm. It was supposed to be a retirement place for me to just relax at old age. But I've seen now that it's beyond just a place for relaxation. It's a commercial place.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's the size of our conversation on this episode. As we always say, keep conversation, your input coming because the conversation does not end without your input. You reach us on our various social media handles at TenAnglestv. Prof, thank you again for having you with us. I hope you come back again.
Yes,
many more times to interrogate
I should be the one.
Issues for our common good.
Yes, I should be the one thanking you for keeping the conversation alive.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure the Okuama people will be happy that they have not been forgotten by us. And I thank you most sincerely for that. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
So, see you in the next one.